Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Off the Top Rope. This is your host, as always, Dr. Fumes. We have a special guest today,
NJ.
MJ, and with you we have, as always,
Say hello, guys. It's Dan Sensei. Sorry, I'm far away from the mic.
Stan Sensei. And we're just gonna get right into it. MJ over here is a big wrestling fan, as I am. He actually went to Money in the Bank, so
Yeah, recently. It was a pretty good show live.
it's more entertaining. If you watch it live and then watch it like on TV,
It's
sometimes
almost,
it's not as hype.
watching it on TV is depressing.
Yeah.
Week to week basis.
Yeah.
Especially
It is.
I feel it's been a bad 3 days for wrestling. The whole Super Showdown.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to start. Thanks for segueing into that, 'cause that's actually what we're going to start the episode with. Super Showdown happened last Friday. Last Friday was a terrible day. That was the day I broke my foot, and that was when Super Showdown happened.
It's just a bad day all around.
It was just a terrible day all around.
What did they start with? What was the first match?
The first match was Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins and Corbin. So,
Baron Corbin.
what do you think of Corbin?
He's
They love this guy.
WWE, right? He's one of their boys.
But I don't know if it's good heel heat or it's just like go away heat. I feel that people do not want him on the TV anymore.
Well,
And
like,
the company, I feel they take that and they're like, oh yeah, this guy's a good heel.
well, like I think it's that. It's absolutely that, and like Baron Corbin, it's legitimately people just don't like him,
Yeah.
and no matter what, at the end of the day, that's good heat. It's just that WWE, they don't have that many like good like heel bad guys like that. And the other one they do have, Drew McIntyre, has been like kind of just.
There's no story for him. They'd rather give
he's
all the
just Shane
storyline to
McMahon's-
Shane.
He's just Shane McMahon's
How
like
the hell is he Shane?
strong guy.
How does that happen?
That's all Shane has.
He's supposed to be. I thought he was like, I'm by myself. I'm Drew. Like I'm doing it on my own. Like that was his whole thing. I thought that's why he broke up with Dolph Ziggler. But no,
Well, he broke up with Dolph to become champion. So then
he hasn't done that yet.
Decided to put on a regular leather jacket and hang out with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
That's the correct direction towards championship. You haven't noticed.
We'll get to all
Do a
that Shane
McMahon.
McMahon stuff in a little bit. But,
You McMahon asshole.
Well, the first match, Corbin Rollins, it wasn't bad overall per se.
I thought the whole thing with the referee at the end was corny.
I got like an Earl Hebner vibe.
Oh, with
Yeah.
fucking Sam, what's his face?
He pushed him back.
He's
and-
like, we don't talk to me like that. What are you-"
and
Like you never see that, and just like seeing it, just made me kind of like,
bleh.
like I don't know how I feel about that. Like I just don't believe it.
I really
guess.
did think Brock was going to cash in now.
So for everyone, all 26 of you guys that listen to the show, appreciate it first of all. And I actually made a recording, like live, with Mulanda during it, but the audio recording was really bad.
Ah, shit.
But I can't use any of it. What was I gonna say though?
The Lesnar cash in.
Yeah, the whole time the Lesnar cash in, like after the match, I'm like, I'm like, everyone's gonna start looking. So you hear me like doing it, and like, everyone's gonna start looking to the ramp soon.
Yeah.
Just watch, it's gonna happen. Brock Lesnar's music, then you hear it. I'm like, yep, here it comes. Good to go. Yeah, so we got a little interrupted a little bit, but we were talking about like, yeah, I pretty much. I kind of figured Brock Lesnar wasn't going to cash his Money in the Bank in against Seth Rollins there and then.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to swerve us. I just thought he was going to cash in against Kofi, and they weren't going to make him leave Saudi Arabia looking weak and pathetic. But that's ended up what happened. They made him look weak and pathetic.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing Crown Royal first? Not Crown Royal, my bad.
So, Super Showdown.
Okay.
Crown Jewel was their last one.
Another bad one.
Oh,
A lot of
yeah.
bad pay-per-views with shitty names. Kofi's, I don't know, he's still clinging on to that title, so I guess it's not a fluke, but when you bring guys in like Ziggler for him to just beat the shit out of him.
Well, I felt like they were gonna have him go against, keep going with the KO storyline.
that was pretty good.
But
And just have Sami Zayn back up.
But that's the thing, like
because he already
Sami
has
Zayn
Xavier.
wasn't allowed to go to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, he's totally against it.
No, he's not allowed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because of his
because he's
religious
Syrian.
Sami Zayn isn't white?
And Saudi Arabia, huh?
Sami Zayn's not white?
He's white, but he's also Syrian.
He's half.
He's Middle Eastern people are all technically white. I don't want to go on a racial rant right now.
Oh, my bad.
That's for a different podcast. But he's Syrian, and Saudi Arabia hates that country.
Yeah.
So they told WWE like he is not allowed.
Keep him out.
And
Stupid bitch.
Kevin Owens is his best friend, and I guess his family also were like asked Kevin Owens not to go, and so Kevin Owens didn't go because of that. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they brought in Dolph Ziggler
Good
was
old Dolph.
it's just like, hey man, we need.
I'll do it.
I'll get my ass kicked for a couple of weeks.
I'll do it.
Bring me into the storyline, coach. Where you need me, point.
It's just the candle's out on this guy.
Dolph?
He should have left years ago.
He should, you know where he should go to?
AEW. He would thrive there.
Yep.
He's being fucking underused, man. I think he's him. There's a fucking like a handful of guys that are just mad talented, just shitting on.
Do you know who would you love to see go to AEW?
That's a good one.
I would like to see
You mean like 5 people.
Dolph.
Okay.
I would like to see Kevin Owens go over there.
Okay. He would be fucking dominant.
Yeah.
Kevin Stein.
You know, this is a wild card.
His old name.
Who actually needs to break out? I would love to see Roman Reigns go over there.
Yo.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be interesting. It would really, really, and only the fact that it would shake up WWE.
Dude, the fact that his name isn't really Roman Reigns on his Instagram makes me feel like he's not really there, all there.
I
like
would
that,
love-
AKA Roman Reigns.
You're in pick 3 because I got
I'm
three,
trying to think of who else.
3 names.
Trying to think of someone from SmackDown. Literally any guy who just got called up from NXT who's
The whole
like an
roster of
EC3.
NXT.
Yeah, like what are they doing with EC3? He's just getting drunk for the past 3 weeks with their solo cup. And
Yeah, whatever he's drinking is
Yeah.
good. It's helping him forget how much he used to do in NXT compared to what he does now.
who would you like to see?
Chad Gable.
Ooh, okay. Holy shit, I forgot about him. Wow, okay.
Exactly. The Revival.
Okay.
You were talking about big shakeups to the WWE roster. I would like to see Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Go over there. The person that I would love to see that I realistically could actually see going over there, Randy Orton.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Randy Orton. He is like a WWE franchise guy, 13-time champion.
That'd be good.
That's like
That'd
so
be
much
good.
clout.
We got some cool shit with fucking Cody.
Third
cool rival drama
generation.
with Cody.
Superstar just like Cody Rhodes.
That'd be cool, man.
There's a lot of story potential there. And he just seems like he doesn't give a fuck.
No, his face was been like that forever.
He's one of those guys that are just like collecting a check.
Exactly. He's really
He's
not
holding it
doing
in.
it. Unless he's just so comfortable at WWE doing nothing remarkable.
I was shocked to beat Triple H that
That was the only one I didn't call.
that was a swerve.
That was the only one I didn't call. I actually literally called Triple H to win that one.
So I'm surprised why he went over on Batista at WrestleMania but dropped to Orton.
I figured he was. I figured they were gonna have
They're
Ric
going
Flair
to
come back in the
Evolution,
next
yeah.
one, and he was gonna
And
beat
he's
all
gonna
the
kill all the
Evolution.
Evolution.
You know?
I want fucking Rey Mysterio in AEW, man.
Is he really hurt or is that a work?
Pretty sure
I want him. I feel like he'd be better utilized over there,
He's
man.
literally made of Play-Doh.
He's old, man.
Yeah.
And the way WWE works their wrestlers, dude, it's
Him.
just so.
I want him also. Him,
This-
Elias.
Oh, yeah.
And I want fucking Rusev. Those big dudes are just being
Rusev. That would be my number
used
4.
for nothing.
And Shinsuke.
Dude, I just read something.
Just
Rusev
kidding.
hasn't won a pay-per-view match.
Dude,
since
he's so
2016.
solid. Him too. I'm like, why are these guys getting their ass kicked?
He's funny on Twitter. He has a good personality. He's strong, athletic,
His
hot
wife's
wife
hot,
as a manager.
yeah.
What more do you want the guy to do?
My last one would be Corey.
People like him. They want to cheer for him.
But the more that people like them, the more those guys get buried. Like an Elias.
It's the more people like him that Vince McMahon doesn't want him to like. Just
Yeah.
be good. Don't be great.
I want Xavier Woods to go over there too.
Ooh, okay.
I don't like. I hate.
Once they break up the New
New
Day,
Day, I hate
maybe
New Day.
eventually.
Are you guys for them breaking up the New Day?
Yes.
I'm not,
Please
I'm
tear
not
that
for
stable
it.
up.
I'm not for it.
Oh,
Please
I love them
tear that
together.
stable
up.
They're
I like
so
them.
funny.
I like them individually. I just don't.
I would
like
rather
them
see
doing
them
those.
all go heel than break up.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get him out the Fruit Loops. Get him out
What,
the
but what
white
would they?
colors.
How would they go heel? How would you see the New Day going heel?
Borderline Nation of Domination.
Yes.
Isn't that how they started though?
Yes, and they should have capitalized on that with all like the political and stuff going on in our environment.
But you don't want another
That's
fucking
like,
brothers.
the New Day
domination
sounds
and
like some
domination
kind of
thing.
like religious organization.
You don't
Or
want
the
another.
New Day.
You want another Farouk and The Rock. You don't want another one of those.
Not another one, but be militant, be serious. Not throw the pancakes away. Just
Big E's another guy that's big
Beat
as
the
hell,
hell
so he
out
get
of
his ass
people.
kicked
Biggie
all the time.
creeps me out. He creeps me the heck out.
That dude creeps me out, man.
I was telling my buddies, they're starting to do this bloodline stable with Reigns and Usos. But the
Gross.
Usos were at their best when they were heels against the New Day. They were the best tag team.
Were they ever really heels though? They were really.
They're more just badass.
They were
I
just
guess, right?
cool, yeah. They're just
Why
like
not
those
turn
cool
the New Day
people.
into that? Now the Usos are getting their asses kicked by the Revival every week.
This is
I like the Revival personally.
I'm not fans.
The Rivals
I'm not
from
I like 'em.
next, right? Those guys from next.
Yeah.
They were. I like their style. It's not flashy, but their matches. Every time I see them in a match, like a legit match that they let them do it, it's always a good match. Every time they wrestle against the Usos, just tag team.
That
So
that tag match last night wasn't bad.
They're great performers.
Yes, it wasn't bad. Usos put on a really, really good performance.
The
I
only-
didn't think they were going to take the titles off Ryder and Hawkins so soon.
Well, they haven't shown them since
Was that their
WrestleMania.
First
That
televised.
was their first televised
defense?
match. And since
Oh
WrestleMania.
my god, yeah. Can't get the belts off those guys. Great podcast.
I haven't seen.
Who? The first
Main
in
event.
WrestleMania?
Ryder and Hawkins.
Really?
I couldn't remember who the champions were for a while.
They didn't show him.
That's true.
I
I
never-
never the SmackDown champion.
Exactly. It's Daniel Bryan and
Shit.
Rowan.
Totally forgot. Totally forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna say your line?
Huh?
Are you gonna say your line?
What?
The WWE does not care about the tag team.
WWE does not care about the tag team division.
It's a fact.
Yeah, man.
It's a fact, and they definitely don't care about the mid card titles either.
Cruiserweights are being underused again.
We should just go to NXT.
Yeah, they should just combine those two shows. But it's pretty much the same thing, anyway.
High flyers, bro.
Yeah. The majority. I don't want to stay too long on Super Showdown because the majority of it was just really just trash.
Let's get to the goods.
Yeah, let's just
Goldberg
get to,
Undertaker.
let's get to the real big
Is that
thing.
the goods? I didn't
It's-
even know that was happening until
Supposedly-
a week before.
It's the shit's what the goods.
Supposedly that match is supposed to go on 20 to 25 minutes.
Oh God, help
Poor
us all! If it
Goldie,
actually
man.
did.
Is Goldie okay?
I don't think both of those guys.
I think his pride is hurt more than anything.
He looked bad. They both looked bad, but he
He
looked.
collapsed and went under the ring. You see that video?
I didn't see that. no.
Yeah, there was an Instagram video I saw
I
where
already got helped out.
I'll pull it up.
he couldn't even
Oh, you guys
stand.
talk, yeah.
Like the whole near the end, Undertaker, he couldn't stand on his own either. He had to use the ropes to get up, and that look on his face summarized the whole Super Showdown of just him looking around at this. Is like, is this really all
Oh, it's
worth
right here.
it?
So it's talking about last time.
Is this really all worth it?
They should just stop, dude. At this point, someone's gonna get hurt.
But the
And
thing is-
Goldberg did get hurt.
It's something else.
Goldberg's
Like
he smashed his head on the door before he came out.
you saw the little blood, right?
Yeah,
Oh wow, yeah. He's too old, dude.
he went
It's
head
sad,
first
bro.
into that turnbuckle.
It's sad.
No one goes head first into the turnbuckle.
He like hit the metal rod head
Dude,
first.
This is gonna happen to the fucking, like, God forbid another wrestler die in the middle of the ring.
And it's because of the Saudi money that these
Because of
guys.
You heard that he's made more money from one of these Saudi shows.
Yeah.
Makes more money than any of the WrestleManias have ever made.
So
Really?
Yeah,
that wasn't a lie when they said it's bigger than WrestleMania.
yeah,
That wasn't a lie.
that's not exactly a lie.
Yeah.
So these princes just throwing millions, buckets
The
of millions of
numbers
dollars.
the numbers that I was seeing was like WrestleMania will make like $15 million.
Wow.
One of these shows makes $100 million.
No.
I don't think the thing is.
There's nobody in the stadium.
I don't think he makes it. I think he got.
They just give it to
He
him.
got
The floor
paid.
was empty. Did you notice that?
The floor was so much space in between the floor, but those were the commoners in the stands, and that was the entire.
Those were cardboard cut-ups.
So like, I have a theory because like the last two pay-per-views, I did see them, and in the front row were just like these massive lawn chairs, these Saudi royal family people sitting in them, and you could tell like they didn't care.
Yeah.
In this one, I'm pretty sure it was still the royal family, but I'm pretty sure his man was like, guys, just come dressed casually, like just don't seem like douchebags.
Don't look so fucking militant.
Don't seem so unlikable.
It honestly reminds me of that scene from fucking on the interview with the fake fucking storefront, the fake fruit. It's like it's fake. Oh, this is fake. Who are these people? Like cutouts of fucking kids.
That kid fake too. That kid fake too.
I guess the most funny and depressing takeaway is both of them dropping each other on their heads.
See, yeah.
It's sad, man.
I didn't notice the tombstone at first.
Oh, I did. That was
bad.
Flat on his head.
It was bad. I did see the jackhammer was very noticeable though. You think the people in the stands noticed it was a bad match? Like realized how bad it was?
I think that match is there just for them.
It's probably the first time they saw Goldberg live.
Goldberg, get the Undertaker.
It is. It has to be. He's never been to Saudi Arabia with WCW. Yeah. Like, oh my God, this guy's from. They probably thought he was from 1997. 2 years ago.
Like what do you think they're on? Like, do you think they have WWE Network in Saudi Arabia? They have the internet.
Yeah,
they sure.
But dude, they're delayed. They're like 20 years in the past.
You can talk about the match cards.
When they first they were getting the cards together. They wanted Yokozuna, Ultimate Warrior. All these guys are dead. Like,
is that for real? They wanted those people?
You gotta look up. They're like, we can't provide those. Those are
sorry,
currently deceased.
Dude,
so that's why you cue in like a guy like Undertaker.
Dude, Undertaker was scary as shit in WrestleMania 20. He has progressively got not scary.
They're destroying his legacy.
Look at him. Just don't go.
He needs to be retired. He needs to be retired by like
last year. Shawn Michaels.
Shawn, that killed
Shawn Michaels
me.
Quote, you see his face like, we're too old for this shit, Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's
or
awesome.
he says Paul.
It's one of the best things in the world.
He has one arm.
Dude, it's just seeing a bald Shawn Michaels was hurtful.
Those guys aren't going to turn down that money. Millions of dollars.
These guys are fucking, they're more or less like modern slavery, these guys, man.
They shouldn't be the main event and make us all suffer.
That was the main event?
That was the main event. Like, after the Battle Royal. The Battle Royal.
Okay.
The 50-man.
And the guy who won, I'm not gonna, I'm just saying.
Sure.
Come on, man. That's catering, bro.
Yeah. But, yeah, that is catering, but, like, that's what wrestling's supposed to be.
Between that and Jasmine and Aladdin, that's just catering at its finest.
That's what wrestling's supposed to be, though.
Which I'm surprised, though, because WWE has a knack of making their hometown winner lose in their hometown.
We're gonna get to that.
All right.
Not in that town.
We're gonna get to that.
Not in that town. They won't leave in that town.
They get killed.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we get into Raw, too, before we get into Raw, there was another pay-per-view over the weekend.
Yes.
The New Japan pay-per-view.
Ooh. Thanks, knock on wood.
I don't know if you, I've never seen a New Japan pay-per-view. This is the very first one I've ever seen live.
Back in the days of Shinsuke and AJ Styles.
I wish I would have seen it when they were there. When that was like Finn Balor was there too, right?
I never saw Finn Balor over there.
Finn Balor
or Prince Devitt, whatever they call
whoever his name was.
God, that name's bad.
Yeah.
Prince Devin?
Devitt? D-E-V-I-T-T?
He's Irish. But like, I wanted to check it out just because Super Showdown was so bad. I'm like, they got another pay-per-view this weekend. I'm gonna check. And the main event was Chris Jericho versus Okada. For the IDW heavyweight champion. So like, that's interesting. Like, I've definitely seen a few matches with him against Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
And they were all fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I've never checked them out. And Chris Jericho's just the draw.
I'm torn, dude.
Chris Jericho's just the draw. You don't like Kenny Omega?
I like Kenny Omega. I have no problem with him. Good guy, inside and out the ring. A lot of it's hype, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've sat there bell to bell and watched the Okada Omega maybe 2 or 3. The last one.
The last one?
It's when they were doing dives in the crowd and stuff like that. Wasn't impressed.
You don't like
it?
it?
A really good match.
I thought it was a great match.
But they're making it seem like he's the best wrestler in the world.
I wouldn't go that far.
Not true.
But he's definitely one of the best up and coming wrestlers.
Absolutely.
Right now.
How long has he been wrestling for?
10 years.
You know, they've always been wrestling longer than I've known. That I can.
But current AJ Styles is better than this guy.
He's just the showman more. He has more experience, like working the crowd and against behind the mic. Yeah, a little comfort Kenny Omega. Yeah. His in-ring skills,
he's good.
Are there?
He's good. But I'm just not.
Have you ever seen any of his just like the random shit he does on like internet, like YouTube and Twitch, any of that stuff?
The brothers are. Who's the tag team?
Young Bucks.
Young Bucks. Please. They have their own show, right? That he's always on. Is that what it is?
There was no, the one I'm talking. They do.
Okay.
The one I'm talking about though, there was they did like almost like a wrestling style match promotion between it was Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the New Day. And it was at like a fighting game tournament for Street Fighter.
Oh, I did see the highlights of this.
And they like set up exactly like a wrestling match. Like they were sandbagging, they were like talking shit in the middle of it. They were like Kenny Omega's like, all right, so I got a special sneak preview for you guys. Like I wasn't gonna use this, but this is gonna be my like secret move that I'm using. He like brings like out a DLC character that wasn't even released yet.
Wow.
And he's like, I haven't even been playing at my full strength yet. So then him and Xavier Woods went at it, and they were talking serious shit at each other. It was funny as hell.
I fuck with Woods, man.
It was funny as hell.
Woods is dope.
And that was like,
Did Woods beat him? He's a video game guy.
I think Kenny Omega ended up winning.
Really?
Yeah, I think Kenny Omega ended up winning. But it was just great, man. That was when New Day were the tag team champions too. So like they were WWE's both guys at the time, and like they were doing this with.
Yeah, that's cool. So I guess what?
He's like the
than
people's
that
champ.
Video games is the medium to every relationship.
Yo, I feel like all these
It's a
guys
big
are
crossover,
cool.
the video
Big
game
crossover.
and
All these guys are probably cool.
Have you seen?
They probably chill with each other.
Well, have you
Probably
seen?
just the bosses that hate each other.
Yeah.
You seen the next AEW pay per view? Not really pay per view, but the next show they're putting on.
It's gonna be free, right?
It's gonna be on Twitch.
Oh man.
It's gonna be free on Twitch because it's a cross promotion with a fighting game tournament.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's like a huge CEO. It's the name of it's CEO. I'm like I've seen him. I like follow this stuff. And CEO is like the way they set up their fighting game tournament is like in a ring, and there's like the people come out to like wrestling theme song style
cool.
entrances, and they like fight in the middle of Street Fighter and shit.
That's lit.
But like it's set up like a wrestling match, so like they're actually gonna do a wrestling match.
Yeah.
It should be pretty cool. It's not gonna be huge, but
Yeah.
Definitely fucking watch.
it's gonna be free.
When is the Fumes again?
I do not know. Check it out.
Google
I
it,
did see
guys.
that today, though.
Google it.
They have that one. I was talking about last time. They have that one. They have another one in July.
Okay.
It's coming soon, though,
Excuse
right?
me. And then they have All Out, their last pay-per-view in August before their show starts.
Okay.
And that's the one that I'm pretty sure CM Punk's gonna come out on.
You think he's coming back?
It's gonna be in Chicago, man.
Ooh.
It's gonna be in Chicago, and the logo for All Out is very reminiscent to CM Punk's.
Oh my
Logos.
gosh. Do you think the war's officially started if he comes back?
That is gonna be their like official like
It
more
started
so
early.
than Cody Rhodes smashing the
Yeah.
throne. That was him, a personal attack. I feel against him against Triple H.
Absolutely.
I feel like CM Punk that's gonna be their like statement against Vince McMahon in WWE.
Oh man, I can't imagine the wrestling world if that guy comes back.
I have an update, guys. Well, first of all, it's called
been
The
wrestling.
Fighter.
He's been wrestling again recently.
It's coming out June 29th.
Is it?
The Fighter.
Oh,
pay-per-view.
Fighter Fest?
Yep. And it says Chris Jericho's not gonna be in it.
No, it's a smaller promotion.
No, he pulled out. We're instead of here.
Really?
Chris Jericho said he's pulling out of the AEW Fire Fest. He's not doing it.
I wonder why.
In protest of Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes. This is his tweet. And Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson's foolish decision to give the Fighter Fest live stream away to AEW fans for free. I'm pulling out the event. I refuse to be associated with such shameless pandering. Chris Jericho quote.
That's not what he said.
I just read it. What do you mean that's not what he said?
I feel like that's a character. Well, if
That has to be a word.
that's a
Obviously,
character, that's an in-character thing. He's
Yeah.
probably just committed to some New Japan thing because he's like,
He's playing it off for the crowd.
oh. Well, we're talking about works and shoots right now. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate in wrestling world.
Obviously, Chris Jericho's been in character all the time, and it's dope as fuck.
Seems like all the older guys.
It's awesome, dude.
They forgot like how to get out of their
It's
character.
dope as
Their
shit.
characters are just themselves to 10.
No
But I should do they morph into these other characters.
That
What's
was-
he doing for 20 years?
I read
Like Jake the Snake Roberts. He really thinks
He was good on Joe Rogan, man.
I
was
read
good on Joe Rogan.
Oh man.
Ric Flair's autobiography when it came out back in the day.
Yeah.
I bought that shit. I have the first edition. I want to get it signed by him.
To be the man?
To be the man. I have that.
They're really quick. The guy keeps going around.
A bit of time, man.
But
Woo!
in the book he talks about this like the old school wrestlers when wrestling was like the shit
Yeah.
and how they weren't themselves. They were just
the character.
that character. All especially because that was back when people were still led to believe that it was real.
I believe
Is it not real?
Yo.
Or they didn't know it was fixed.
Yeah.
That shit blew my mind when I found out.
Guys like Macho Man, like any story you hear about him, it sounds like the character Macho
I remember,
Man.
it's like you said, it's from the back of the day. There was no one could tell them to not.
Yeah.
They don't know them on Instagram or, their real
They
names
just
and shit.
did it all the time.
I seen him
You gotta
once
know
on
who's
pay-per-view,
watching.
and that's Macho Man. That's
Yeah.
Macho Man, And they would say, no, I'm not. You can get smacked and get death.
That's true.
That's
Say
the
that
guy.
wrestling's fake, you're gonna get. Who was? It was Geraldo Rivera, but who was the wrestler that actually?
Some blonde big dude. I want to say Mr. Perfect, but I think it looked like him. It wasn't him.
Oh my god!
But it looked like Mr.
You ever
Perfect.
seen it?
No.
Can you look that up?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's one of the funniest things ever.
Well, he actually hit him?
He smacked
He
the
smacked
brakes off
ever
him.
living crap out of him.
Deafened him in one ear.
No.
Yeah, he's
How
like,
have I never
is
seen
that
this?
fake? Does that feel fake?
Wow.
Like, I mean, what do you expect?
Well, back then. That's how they really made their money. They had to make you or convince you that it was real.
Well, like even you gotta, even if you watch wrestling for like 5 minutes, you'll see obviously some of that stuff is very coordinated,
Yeah.
but a lot of those smacks and chops you can't fake that.
David
No.
Schultz.
Really short.
Yep. He was the WWF wrestler. That's
I'm
smacked
like,
him.
Oh my god.
There was this interview I was watching with Big Show talking to this like random YouTube dude, and the guy at the end of the interview asked him to open him, slap him across the chest, and Big Show's like, no, we're not allowed to do that anymore.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, WWE's made us sign our contracts, and it says that we're not allowed to do that anymore because too many people would sue us.
Well, especially Big Show. Fucking mitten of a hand.
Oh. Oh wow.
And ever since that day, he hated wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
It was different times. Like
Yeah.
Fumes said, it's like, what are you gonna believe?
That's a lawsuit.
Even when we were kids watching wrestling, there was no internet. There was no
Yeah.
Stone Cold's real name is this.
The only
You know?
like insider shit you had was like the PWI,
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling Insider
Magazine, yeah,
and
man.
shit.
When did wrestling fans really like want the inside scoop though? Like, what storyline do you think it was where they had to find a way?
The
to
one
get
for
on the
me
internet? Yeah.
was the Matt Hardy
I was
Edge.
gonna say the
you know?
same exact thing. Like, is he really sleeping with her?
He was
saw
not
her titty
really,
on
like,
TV.
Matt Hardy's
Oh,
gone.
I'll never
He,
forget that shit.
Matt Hardy's gone. Like, did they really fire him?
Then, like, then he kept coming back through the crowd and actually throwing real punches at Edge. You're like, what the fuck is going on? So
Yep,
like,
yep.
Mine was with fucking Johnny Mercury, man. I remember once when he got
yeah.
really fucked up.
oh
His
my
face
God.
was bad. I remember what the storyline
Oh,
was.
the ladder match.
But he
right?
had a really fucked up face, and
Yeah.
then even like he got fucked over a couple matches after that. He lost, and then he was gone.
He was supposed to be like he was their dude for a while.
I remember he got fucked up bad, and then after that he was just they broke up the team,
Yeah.
and then Molina's with Nitro only. And then they just fucked him over, and then he left.
He does like their training now. He's behind the scenes.
Good. I'm glad he's still
Oh,
working.
really?
Yeah.
Good.
That I feel bad.
He's a hell of
for
an
that.
athlete. I'm surprised he didn't go further.
Got injured, I guess.
Yeah.
No, he got fucked. I remember his face. I was like, damn. I couldn't afford pay-per-views. That was when I was actually on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I came back that fucking Thursday. I only went SmackDown. I was very loyal to Age.
Yeah.
His face was like
Well, for me, it was like
gone.
I remember there was a stretch I didn't have cable, and SmackDown was on UPN,
Hell yeah.
and Raw was on TNN, Spike TV, or
Yeah.
formerly, and like now it's on USA again. Back
Raw
then,
was on TNN. I forgot.
mm-hmm,
Oh, man.
it was on TNN back then.
TNN, the best channels of all time. Spike.
So yeah, I just want to. I think we got a little sidetracked there. I was talking about New Japan.
Yes.
I'm not going to go over the whole thing. The matches were definitely a lot more entertaining than Super Showdown
Yeah.
matches.
They're just better performers over there. They actually give a shit.
Yeah, they're allowed to be more independent. The one match that I want to point out, saying that was, if you guys get the time, they had the full thing on YouTube for free. It was this dude. His name was Dragon Lee. He's a luchador against this other guy named Will Ospreay. Check that match out. I showed you the highlights for that match, right?
Ridiculous. Really
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Really. I gotta check
Very,
this out.
very intense match the whole way through. The pay-per-view it was 5 hours. It didn't feel like 5 hours.
Wow.
It just kind of like,
It's WrestleMania long.
it was, yeah, it's their second, it's like, I guess they're like Royal Rumble or SummerSlam.
Okay.
So it was a good amount of time, and it felt Like, it just breezed by, man. Like, all the matches, even the ones that, like, I had no idea who any of these people were.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the best though. Yeah.
You enjoy the wrestling. You don't nitpick trying to remember how
the
they
very
were.
first match was John Moxley versus this new up-and-coming dude.
For the title, right?
For the title, for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
And he kicked this dude's ass.
Wow.
But at the end of it, he picked him up and like carried him away, and more. He was like,
part.
yeah, he like carried him away, and like the interview at the end of it, was like, yeah, this dude works for me now.
Yeah. Oh my belt.
He's like, hey, he's gonna be my driver.
He's so much cooler outside
He's
WWE.
just like the whole time too. Like the announcers were like, this is John Moxley unscripted. This is him unchained. This is him like off the leash. This is him who he really is. We want him. Like they were just doing shots. Throwing shot after shot.
You should have did it then. He has the potential to be like
it's
the next
one guy
close to like Austin, like that.
Yeah.
I read a lot of comics.
Yeah.
But when I used to read more, they were releasing the WWE comics, and I remember they were promoting like issue 1, 2, and things. Oh, they had a whole bunch actually. And every single time they would promote the big one would release a preview book, it would have this picture. It was Triple H, Roman Reigns, or Triple H, Stone Cold, and The Rock.
Yeah.
And then underneath it, it was Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Just in, like that, like under like Triple H, Seth Rollins, like that compared to. Which is like they were trying too hard. I felt like
yeah,
that they're making that comparison too hard.
It fit. That's what you told me. You literally told me. I remember you were starting to watch it. It's like the Shield is literally a reincarnation of these guys, and just Vince can't let go, man.
Especially this Samoan Legacy rivalry this feud with Shane McMahon, the McMahon family versus the Samoan family.
That was bad.
I don't like it at all.
And they let Shane go over on Reigns.
Man.
And he just beating the shit out of Reigns on a weekly basis.
The thing is too, like they didn't even make Roman Reigns look dominant and Shane look like a meek coward. Like Shane McMahon gave it to Roman Reigns.
Your formal
it was
Universal Champion is
losing to a 50-year-old
by a guy who wrestles 3 times a year.
Shane McMahon. No one takes him seriously.
He was giving it to Roman Reigns. So far, all Saudi Arabia knows Shane McMahon as is the best in the world that beat their number one dude. If they know
this
that
is supposed to be their top guy in the company.
That's what I was. This is one of the things I said on the live recording that will never be released, unfortunately. Was that I'm really curious when WWE 2K20 comes out.
Yeah.
What Shane McMahon's rating is going to be.
Oh, 87.
I feel like it's going to be in the high 90s. I think it's going to be in the low to mid 90s, man. He's going to be in the 90s. He's going to be higher than a majority of the cast.
Shane will be 98. Reigns is 97.
Oh
Shane
my
McMahon
God.
91.
I have a feeling he's going to be stronger than the majority of the cast.
Still be better than like all the mid carders.
Yeah.
Like Finn Balor.
He's going to be
up.
He's going to have a higher ranking than AJ Styles.
The reason why the McMahon character worked 20 years ago is because you knew Vince McMahon was going to get his ass kicked by Austin, Rock, Mankind. You get Shane McMahon.
I never thought about that.
Today,
he's a new bad guy.
He's a new Mr.
But it's not fun when the bad guy boss is beating the shit out of people too. Like,
I don't like this. Like he's supposed to be. Man.
This guy's supposed to get his ass kicked.
He embarrassed himself. Vince was okay, but putting his face in the ass.
Yeah. He got his ass kicked all the time. Yeah. Getting taken hostage the whole night. Just funny shit like that.
I feel like when they did the whole McMahon family takeover, like they did a few months ago, and when like they had Triple H come out, he got cheered. They had Shane McMahon come out, he got cheered. They had Vince McMahon come out, he got cheered. And then Stephanie McMahon came out and she got booed. I feel like she was like, no, we gotta make Shane McMahon a bad guy. Like, this is unacceptable.
Probably her feelings. She's just bad.
Yeah.
She's always been bad.
Like, just terrible. It goes back to the Corbin. Just go away. We don't want you on the screen.
That's how I feel about Shane McMahon, dude. Just go away. There's so many more wrestlers. This wild card thing is just taking away good time from good wrestlers.
I think he's good in short bursts. He's been here for too long.
They should bring back like a reincarnation of like the corporation. Don't call it that, but
Authority.
Almost. It had potential.
I'm sure Vince is gonna do it again. I'm sure Vince was like, "Hey, remember
They're
this?
gonna recycle it. They always do.
Remember this, Hunter?"
But there's no factions anymore.
There's like teams. There's like little stables.
that they
I
don't
kind of
give a
like the
shit
stables,
about.
but they don't exactly. Like Sanity's on SmackDown. What happened to them?
Well, yeah, exactly. And one went over to the UK.
Did he? He left?
Yeah, Wolf.
Good for
Wolf
him.
or whatever. The girl, Nikki
She's
Cross,
on Raw.
she's wearing makeup now, so she's not even crazy.
She's
That's a racist character
She's just
too.
another girl now. on the
She was
show.
cool. For.
Let's get into Raw. We're it's like we're itching to talk about it.
It's so bad.
Raw this week. I just say the theme for this Raw was just underwhelming.
Average.
It's under average.
Average for 2019.
Like there was a couple points throughout the episode where Melanda was playing Mario Kart 8 next to me, and I just kept looking over to see how she was doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, let me play the next race. And like, aren't you supposed to be watching and like taking notes in this? Like, I don't care, you know.
Even if you miss a couple of segments, you can probably guess what happened, just because it's the same thing every single week.
So you said you didn't see the whole thing, right?
No.
All right, so I got all the segments here listed in order. So we're gonna go through
If you give me probably like the 10 o'clock hour, I can guarantee you I can guess exactly what happened.
We'll get there. All right, so the very first segment that happened that you probably saw was opening segment was with Seth Rollins in the ring.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember exactly what they're talking about, but I remember Baron Corbin came out and was like, "Oh, that's not fair because the referee got in my way," and they're having their rematch in Stomping Ground. I just want to point out that every single match at Stomping Ground
Dreadful.
is a rematch of some kind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Every single one they've already done it, and they're just doing it again.
It's just going to be a longer or better quality version of Raw.
I feel like it's going to be, the way I was looking at it was a better quality version of Super Showdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Just with girls, because
with the women
they can
wrestlers.
perform in America.
And then like Sami Zayn came out, and then Kevin Owens came out and was like, "Oh, he has backup." And just the whole time, I just really wasn't interested.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this wild card rule.
Stupid. It's unexplained.
It's the same people every time.
Yeah.
Is it really a wild card?
No, it's just the sports.
How do they pick them? Do they pick them from a hat, and it just always happens to be the same people?
I don't even think that's cared at this point.
Then after that, there was the rematch, a Super Showdown rematch everyone was waiting for. Lars Sullivan versus the Lucha House Party, and a handicap elimination match.
What's your take on this guy?
Lars Sullivan. So I went over. I was on this for a long time last episode. I was cracking up pretty hard.
Not my name.
With I was on this. I was on a huge tangent last time with Saiyan Sensei.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of summarize a little bit for you. So for months they've been promoting Lars as this like larger than life freak, like this like Braun Strowman type monster that you need to just watch out for. Every time they like the people interviewed him, the girls would like run away scared, or he would just like wouldn't say anything. He was just like that, like real intimidating look. So he finally has, and he's just been like running train on everybody.
Yeah.
Just like completely kicking everyone's ass. The very first thing they had him say on television, live, on SmackDown. Do you remember did you watch the episode? This is the guy that they're really trying to put over as this monster freak, intimidating dude she asked him, "Why have you been doing all these things you've been doing?" And he's like, "Why does the nightingale sing its sweet songs?"
He didn't say that.
That's exactly what he said.
Oh my god.
It is.
That's Spencer getting written all over it. It's so dumb.
That is the very first thing he said. Why does the nightingale sing its sweet songs? Like that. Like how did that sound in Vince's head? Like, was that really intimidating?
It's not threatening.
And then he was like, the very next thing was, why does the lion stalk its prey? Like that line is very cheesy, but just start with that one. Don't even say the mocking.
It's a little better.
The nightingale line.
But I guess the whole deal with this guy is before he got into WWE, he was just like biggest racist on the planet. And he was making like rude comments on Stephanie's tits and like some message board for him. But I find it funny that this clear-cut racist who had to go to sensitivity training, they released it on the Twitter like, oh, we understand.
They forced him.
Like,
they fined him and forced him to apologize publicly.
But what they do with this guy for the past 4 weeks straight, he comes out and beats up a bunch of Mexicans.
Beats up a whole bunch of fucking minorities, man.
I don't get it.
It's true. No,
how
you're right.
are we supposed to forget his stigma of racism?
It reminds me of when that whole storyline with Triple H and Booker T, with going up to WrestleMania, where Booker T was translating.
He just kept calling him boy.
He was calling him boy, a whole bunch of racist stuff. Vince McMahon called him the N-word at one point.
Yes.
In front of his wife.
Yeah.
There was just really some like really offensive shit going on, and it was like set up like Booker T he has to win.
He has to win.
He didn't. I stopped watching WWE and wrestling altogether after that.
We got driven into the mat.
And just
like a lackadaisical cover.
3 minutes. So, it wasn't that long, but it was a long time.
And then Booker T.
Dude, no. Here, can you roll it for me, man?
He's out of the title picture after that.
Yeah, that was it. Booker T squashed to Triple H's ego.
So Lars Sullivan beats the hell out of these guys once again.
And it is honestly the Super Showdown. Like I thought it was pretty funny. I was laughing my ass off when the Lucha House Party just said "fuck it" and just jumped him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like Vince McMahon was just like cracking up. He was like, yeah, we're having Mexicans jump him. Like he would be like, yeah, this is exactly what they would do. Totally in character.
Someone's really gonna get
They're good. I get like, but Vince, aren't they supposed to be the good guys? Like, but they're Mexicans. Like,
do you think that's Vince's like strange giggle because he's so cool with Trump?
Yeah, I said
he's
that
an
before.
old-timey racist.
Watch this week. We're gonna do the Mexicans.
He's an old. He grew up in the South, man.
Yeah.
He's an old-timey racist.
Yeah.
He made his living off of enslaving people, man.
Yeah.
All these wrestlers, especially like now, they have much more benefits for sure. Even though like they don't have nearly as much as they should, as like a normal employee should have. But back then, I can't imagine how much worse it was back then, man.
Well, these guys are doing GoFundMe.
Especially the way they.
But I'm still wrestling now.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the way like some of the wrestlers, like some of the veterans that like grew up in that system.
Yeah.
And that like the way they'll talk about it, they're okay. Like, yeah, just getting hit in the head is part of the job. Just gotta suck it up and deal with it and stop crying like a bitch. Like, no, dude, that's
Died
not
at
cool,
the age
man.
of 54.
Like, you know who's bad for that is Mark Henry.
Oh yeah.
There was I was talking about last time where Leo Rush was he was coming off as kind of complaining.
I
The
think it was
reason
the
why he's
first
not on
episode,
TV anymore is because Leo Rush was just like yeah, they just like overwork us. Like I was gonna say a Super Showdown.
Yeah.
When they came back from Saudi Arabia, they left that night, most of those wrestlers, and Saturday, the next day, they had a show.
Wow.
That they had to do in California from Saudi Arabia.
Oh my god.
So like that's more or less Leo Rush. Like he overworks us, and like we have to pay for all these trips.
Yeah.
We have to pay for all our doctor's visits, more or less. Like they have like if we get hurt on the job, then they have their doctor. But if we have to go to the doctor, we don't have insurance. That's on us, you know.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry more or less was like, "Shut up, bitch."
That goes back to that slave mentality, though.
Yeah.
You know, he's been in the company for 25 years now.
He's been doing it for a long
He's
time.
going through this shit too.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for a long
What
time.
happened, man?
But yeah, that Lars Sullivan, I feel like that's the match that like should have happened. Him just cleaning up.
That's what we all thought was gonna happen, but I don't know.
They swerved us for no reason there.
Yeah, that wasn't the swerve we needed.
No.
Or wanted.
The next segment, I have a little note next to that match that says lame.
Nah, perfect.
The next segment was the 24/7 title where everyone jumps into the elevator. We can talk about this because it got cut off last time.
Yes.
So you weren't here for that.
I
I thought you left.
Y'all waited.
Yeah. So they all waited. So it was like just really sloppy. Like they all just waited.
If this whole storyline doesn't end with Carmella pending truth, what was the point?
I feel like that's what we're leading toward too. Okay, I feel like Carmella's gonna betray him and be the first women's 24/7 champion. We'll see I really think that's what they're gonna do at some point. But Carmella seems like a ride or die, man. I want her on my team.
I feel like it's more of a physical
ride or die.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Oh man. That was bad. I mean, it's just a way to get those guys out of catering. We'll put you on TV this week.
Like you guys gonna shut up now? You're on TV.
You're happy, like little bitches.
Got guys like Bobby Roode,
Robert Roode.
Excuse me. Yeah, just the mustache now.
No, he got the full goatee.
Oh god damn it!
Full goatee. He grew. The mustache. Someone must have told him he looked very.
It was hilarious.
70s porn.
I say go full blown with that character.
That would have been cool. Another about Venus, but then
I was about to say another about Venus.
That's what's good about wrestling. That's the good part about wrestling. This guy literally becomes a different person when he shaves a mustache.
That should be his gimmick, where every time he shaves a mustache, his personality changes and it slowly grows back and it changes.
And he's Robert.
That's hilarious.
Then he goes to Rob.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Bob. Then he becomes Bobby.
Rob sounds terrifying.
That's the whole thing, though. Like you. I wonder if any of those people thought to call Shane or Vince up and be like, hey, can you just appoint me as a special guest referee for the meantime, and I'll just call.
Yeah. Well, they were doing that Slater for a while. They had that little storyline where he was just a ref every week.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
They gave him something to do.
I'm really mad that they had him break his losing streak. They should have kept rolling with his losing streak.
Oh yeah.
He was 1,000, almost 2,000 matches deep.
You had to end that Mania. Either that or just go kill yourself, dude.
I thought they were gonna keep it going, man.
It was funny. Or it should have been over someone huge. Like a Braun Strowman or something.
Yeah, who did they beat for this? Was it the Revival?
Revival,
yeah. It was a pre-show.
No.
After the 24/7 segment was Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans side-by-side interview.
Oh, I did see this. This is where I turned. I think right after this.
This was kind of lame. It just so one of the cool things about all these AEW promos, I don't know if you've seen them on YouTube. The Road to, they had a whole bunch before Double or Nothing. They had the Road to Double or Nothing.
Okay.
They had 15 episodes.
Oh wow.
They had just they were cutting promos, doing some boxing type promos, weigh-ins, and having the two people on one side of the table.
That's what I missed.
And it was some pretty cool stuff. They were fighting each other, doing their finishers and shit in it, the way boxers do it.
Yeah.
But just wrestling.
Okay.
And it was done very well. And they're doing some more for Fighter Fest, and they seem more natural because these people, I was telling Saiyan Sensei, they have their characters, and it seems more like their writers or whoever their creative team is, they're all right, this is the story. Use your character and just make sure you check out these boxes when you're doing your promo. Whereas WWE is here's your script. Don't change it. Don't deviate.
Stutter.
And these people aren't actors. They're not actors. They're wrestlers, and they obviously can't act. And this was my problem with this Becky Lynch Lacey Evans interview is that they're
scripted.
Way too scripted.
Yeah.
They just act. They're just, and it was
it's disgusting how tight-lipped they are around the script too. I mean, I get bad flashbacks of Braun Strowman trying to remember his lines on live TV.
Did you hear?
You see his mouth moving.
I remember those. Did you hear John? What should we call him? Should we call him John Moxley?
Yeah, Moxley. Yeah, for sure.
Did you hear his interview with Chris Jericho on his podcast where he was talking about scripts?
Oh yeah, that.
Where specifically the scripts where he was talking to Vince he didn't want to do it, and Vince was no, you have to understand you're not, the people aren't supposed to like you. I get that, but why do I have to do this? It's
wacky.
This is just he has to bring out a pooper scooper. That's what he's talking about.
That's good shit.
What does that mean? Am I cleaning up their shit? Why would I do that? Am I cleaning up my shit? Why am I holding a pooper scooper? Whose shit am I cleaning? That shit was no funny. No pun intended. Then they had that. Then they had a little backstage segment with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and I'm really they finally are kind of tying in what they're doing with Alexa Bliss, because last week on Raw they made Alexa Bliss seem like a good a baby face.
Yes.
Where like she defended Nikki Cross and everything, and then on SmackDown, they made her seem like the heel going against Bayley. So it's like they've been flip-flopping.
Very consistent.
No,
50-50 wrestling.
No continuity.
Yeah.
That's my theme for all these episodes. No continuity.
Exactly what it is. They can't help themselves.
But for this one, they kind of finally tied that together where Alexa Bliss is kind of manipulating Nikki Cross to be her girl, her like muscle. But I don't like what they're doing, Nikki Cross either.
Only if it leads back to her going crazy.
Waste.
But like she's not crazy in the backstage, but when she comes to the ring, she is crazy.
The whole manipulation, is that not what they just did with Nia Jackson?
I thought so.
Last year WrestleMania.
That's all they got. That's all
they just literally keep doing the same exact things for the same characters.
Vince, man.
Yeah.
I got a bad idea.
And then they had, after that was a Miz TV segment. And I don't usually like these TV show segments because everyone's exactly the same now and none of them have a personality.
Yeah.
This one was pretty good. They had Miz interviewing Samoa Joe.
Let me guess. This led to Joe and Miz getting into it. Now Miz is the #1 contender.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
So that's what I thought. So this is one of my only segments that I didn't actually write Lane next to.
Okay.
So they did have Miz call him out like Joe out like why like more or less why after he gave you the title and admitted like yeah he didn't really pin you still attacked him.
Yeah.
And then he's like it's like fuck you more or less that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like yeah that's Samoa Joe I like that that's his character. He's like but then why did you call out his son? He's like why don't I call out your family? And this just makes me to the point. I don't know why. But WWE made Samoa Joe their family predator. This is like he's been doing this a lot now.
Ray's son, AJ's family before that.
Yeah, man.
Guy hates family.
Even before AJ's family, he was going after whose family? He was going after someone else's family too. I can't remember right now.
That's funny.
But this is like the third.
Hey, you got a wife? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's like the third family he's going after.
That's funny, so.
That's so funny.
Yeah, you got a wife.
He's the family predator. And he's like, yeah, we know, like, I know you're all about your family. I've seen exactly what your house looks like. I watched Ms. and Mrs. or some shit.
It's not a bad show. She's hot. I enjoy it.
He's like, I know all about you. And so they were about to fight, and then Braun Strowman came out. It was like it's like no, like you got. I know what's about to happen. Like I deserve a shot at the U.S. Championship. And then Bobby Lashley came out.
No way.
Really? And he was like, no, you don't deserve a shot because me and no, he didn't even say U.S. Championship like because on my business you're still beefing with me like we're not done yet.
Oh God.
And then Ricochet came out. And it was like,
why not?
It was like Ricochet came out. I was like, I beat you. I just beat Cesaro last week, so I deserve a shot. And then Cesaro came out, and he had a microphone. He was about to say why. I thought he was going to say why he deserved a shot. He ended up just punching Ricochet in the face with the microphone. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
It was awesome. So right there and then, I immediately knew there was going to be a 3-on-3 6-man tag. Faces versus the heels.
Chest move, baby. Chest move, man.
And there was, and that match ended up being lame.
Shocking. When you have all those tired acts in the ring.
Very lame.
Bobby Lashley, nothing without Leo Rush.
He was so much good. I was starting to like that team together.
Like Bobby Lashley just needs to not talk, and he's fine.
He's not a talker. They need it.
He's about as entertaining as an avocado.
Yeah.
Him
like they should have had him and I was really hoping it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen, but it was one of my like fantasy feuds for wrestling. It would have been Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush going against Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Because they're both UFC or they're both MMA dudes. And Bobby Lashley's MMA record
pretty good. He was 6-1 or something.
He was 13-1.
13-1. Holy crap!
He was much better than Brock Lesnar. I don't know if he fought the same amount of talent that Brock Lesnar did. But he could always say my record is way better than yours.
Yeah.
He's no joke.
But that's a good idea. So.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
No. The shoe.
They could have Leo Rush and Paul Heyman just talking mad trash to each other, man. It could have been. That's just gold right there.
It's different.
They don't like gold. They like poop.
They like just basic, consistent.
They could have had that. They could have had Brock Lesnar in a story away from the title scene.
I don't understand why Lesnar wouldn't just join up with the authority in the sense, like Stephanie, the mercenary. Anyway,
He's an asshole.
You don't have to have the title on him.
You can't trust him.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
There's a twist. Brock Lesnar has been a polar bear the whole time.
Oh man! And then after that Ricochet ended up winning, hitting Cesaro with 630 splash on his hamstring.
Oh, that's a highlight I saw. That's when he fucked up.
Yeah, he looked like he was legit in pain.
Who got hurt? Cesaro?
Maybe they never confirmed it. What are you looking at? There's no photo yet. Oh, okay. Is it there? Like smoke. So after that, there was this backstage segment with Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn comes out and more or less like, "I'm gonna like you wanted a special guest referee because you said the referee sucks, so I'm gonna be a special guest referee."
But Owens is gonna fight Rollins.
Owens is gonna. So. He's like, you've never done it before. Like, how do I know? Like you actually you're gonna be good. Like, I'll prove it. I'll ask Shane McMahon to be special guest referee tonight for Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match. That's pretty good storytelling.
I mean, that's cool that they're actually doing something the same thing. So I can't complain there.
Immediately back from Saudi Arabia. He's never going to be champion just because of the Saudi Arabia. 10-year deal.
Really?
10 years. At least 2 pay-per-views a year, so that's at least 20 shows. They're probably going to do a third one every once in a while.
Oh, it's so bad.
He's not going to be champion anytime soon. Or if he is, he's going to lose it around the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view time.
Could do that. Could have the belt on for a couple of months during the winter months.
The next match they had, I don't know. I would be disappointed just knowing that he was eventually he's going to lose it not because of anything good with the story, just because of Saudi Arabia.
Just because of that Saudi money.
The next thing they had was Becky Lynch and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Lacey Evans, which is they're both gonna. Each of these people are gonna be wrestling each other for their respective championship belts on their respective shows at on the ground.
Let me guess. Lacey Evans got the best of Becky Lynch.
So you were half right. So they
prolonging this terrible feud.
And so you mentioned this earlier. I'll see if you remember what you were talking about.
I bet I can guess like every single segment that I turned off.
So this Raw was in San Jose, California.
Oh, perfect.
And
so Bayley took the pin.
Yes.
Shocking. Wow.
Exactly. Wow. So last year, I think it was, or whenever Bayley was the champion.
Yeah.
She lost the belt in her hometown.
Charlotte or something.
To Alexa Bliss.
Okay, Alexa Bliss. I went to the very first Women's Hell in a Cell in Boston. Charlotte versus Sasha Banks from Boston. Mm-hmm. Sasha she was attempted to get thrown through the table. The table didn't crack. She weighed 90 pounds.
Right.
So Charlotte just pinned her. 1, 2, 3. Right. So she bounced off the table and then pinned her in Boston. That was a main event. They love making these guys lose their hometown for some reason.
And then you can't make them too humble.
Yes.
You keep them on their toes.
Yeah, she. So everyone was cheering a lot for her.
Yeah.
Everyone was cheering a lot for her, and obviously, yeah. So Lacey Evans ended up pinning Bayley to win that match, and the whole time the commentators were like, "Wow, Lacey Evans is a real threat to Becky's title," and completely ignored the Alexa Bliss Bayley angle to that. They were just like, "Oh,
they don't give a shit about Bayley.
They don't care about Bayley. They don't care about SmackDown."
No, and it shows. Which is weird because SmackDown is going to move to Fox, right? So
Yep.
they would try to bump that show up, but
And this is why I kept thinking that Kofi Kingston was going to lose his belt to Brock Lesnar because they want a big name, a big sports name to promote SmackDown. I figured on Fox, and who else is a bigger sports name than Brock Lesnar? He's a UFC guy. He's a legit athlete.
Maybe it just hasn't happened yet.
I keep thinking it's going to happen.
When does that deal take place? What is it?
It's supposed to happen in the fall.
In the fall?
Yeah.
Could do it at SummerSlam. Whoever it is.
Could do it. That's when he's going to cash in.
He won't return until the very first episode on Fox.
Yeah, so Bayley ended up losing that match, like you said. I wrote my note here is they never let any wrestler win in their hometowns. I remember Randy Orton lost the title in his hometown.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do it.
It never fails.
I don't know why. It's just like guaranteed. After that, they had a backstage segment with Sami Zayn and Shane McMahon, more or less. I told you what happened there. Then, what else happened? Then they had Paul Heyman come out and talk for a while about what happened in Saudi Arabia. And this is when I actually started to play Mario Kart.
Okay. It's a good time.
This is when I completely just lost interest.
Same old Heyman promo.
Exactly.
Lesnar's coming.
Yep.
It's just, you can keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah. More or less, his whole thing was like, he's like, I'm not going to tell you if he's here tonight, so be on guard. He wasn't there.
Yeah, of course not.
He wasn't there. So I don't remember exactly how it ended. I do remember getting 3 stars in that Grand Prix that I did.
Nice.
So that happened. Yeah, lame. Then it was the Iconics versus. They said their names, but the commentators just kept calling them San Jose's Finest. That's what I'm just gonna call them.
So it was like a 2-minute match. They came out and posed.
This was the first, first like legit match. The Iconics defended their titles since WrestleMania.
Against these jobbers?
Against these nobodies. They were in some 3-woman tag, some crazy match. This is the first legit tag team match. Yeah, what was this thing?
Oh man, so.
And it was against this is again, WWE doesn't care about the tag team division.
Yeah, so we're just now seeing these girls prove themselves, but they're also the current champions.
They're the longest. They kept saying this. Corey Graves kept saying they're the longest reigning women's champion in WWE history.
Oh my god. You just got him.
Is it?
Corey Graves is such a creep on all the girls.
Oh my god. Did you ever hear what happened to him?
I guess he left his wife for Carmella.
Yeah.
Like that.
After that happened, he stopped talking about Carmella. Yeah, he stopped mentioning her.
The whole place is fucking each other. Bray Wyatt left his wife for
JoJo.
JoJo.
They're still together. They just had a baby.
Her up, right?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Had a baby. That's hilarious.
It really doesn't matter if you have multiple kids and a wife at home.
This guy doesn't give a shit about that.
Not getting money.
You guys remember that segment that happened where you had who was it? Trish? One of the blonde, big boob bimbos.
Yeah.
Lap dancing while his wife was in a wheelchair, out and shit.
That's hilarious. That's good wrestling.
That's comedy.
That's hilarious.
That's funny as fuck.
For the Iconics, how long did that match last? Couple minutes?
Yeah, it was 2-3 minutes. Yeah. Where are all the women's tag teams? That's what I would say. They could even just combine some people.
What happened with Asuka and the other Japanese girl?
Exactly. They haven't shown them. We'll see if they're on SmackDown, but they haven't shown the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah.
Asuka and Kairi Sane, they haven't shown them. I guess they've been having Dana Brooke and Natalya as a tag team on main event.
God,
I saw clips of that.
I hope they don't make it to the main roster.
But they don't have any other women's tag teams. Use somebody other than these nobodies.
And Ramona's just sitting back there reading magazines. The Harry Potter collection back there. Every week she's reading a book. What are you doing with her? There's so many people we could say that about.
Yeah. Especially with this wild card bullshit. After the Iconics match, they had a promo for Super Showdown again. And they had a 24 segment title. This is all lame. Then there was the the surprise match of the night, the triple tag team. I don't like these triple tag team matches. It was the Usos versus the Revival versus Hawkins and Ryder.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. Finally get the belts off.
I just don't like it doesn't make any sense to me. There's 3 teams, but only 2 people doing it at a time.
Oh, that was my biggest question too.
And it's like,
why wouldn't you have 3 guys?
So like the way it works is like whoever the third team is, because obviously one team is not gonna have anyone in the match.
Yeah.
At any given point, there's gonna be one team without anyone in there.
Stupid.
So like they can't win if they're like they need to.
How do they get tagged? Touch them?
They have to do like a hot tag, more or less like when they get thrown into the ropes on their side, or when they get thrown into turnbuckles. Then they'll just tag them real quick and put themselves in the match.
But imagine like at some point you have the 3 guys in the ring, but your partner gets tagged and then it becomes like a handicap match, and then the guys are just trying to get.
You can't tag yourself in if
your partner's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it would be you and your partner.
If it was the 3. But now they just have 2 guys in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You should start off as a triple threat.
It could be a triple threat. You can just tag your own partner, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know.
Stupid.
So
stupid storytelling.
They've been doing these tag team triple threat matches like this for a while.
I'm just trying to make use of things.
Yeah, and it ended with it was actually a really good match.
Yeah.
Not anything Kurt Hawkins or Zack Ryder did. It was because the Usos and Revival are 2 great tag teams.
Literally carrying these guys.
Did you see there was a Cody Rhodes did a reference to the Revival in Double or Nothing?
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So the Revival, they've been having on their shorts hashtag FTR.
Yeah.
And when they first showed Cody Rhodes on his coffee cup, it said FTR on it.
Oh, that's funny.
Just give him a shout out. I don't know what that means. Take it what you will.
I wonder where that's gonna lead. But that's probably why they gave these guys a belt.
Yeah, don't leave
twice now. Twice now.
Please stay. Oh wow.
It's not even that he likes them; he just doesn't want them to go to AEW.
Exactly.
Because he clearly doesn't like them. Yeah. So Revival ended up pinning. He snuck tag himself in after Jimmy or Jey Uso did like all the work. I don't remember which one. He did super kick splash. He tagged himself in, and then pinned Zack Ryder, I think. Well, they had a new chance, and they're Shane's boys, so they're kind of building the authority slowly. They're
a little faction then.
They're the tag team champs.
I don't mind if it's leading to somewhere.
We'll see. That's what it seems like.
Oh my god. Okay, so if they're with Shane and Drew.
Mm-hmm. Then Drew's gonna be the champion.
They snuck the belts away from the Usos. Usos are related to Reigns. That bloodline. Shit.
Yep. There you go. There's even more.
Oh man.
They had They're gonna have. So yeah, at one point they're gonna have it where like Shane's the WWE champion, Drew McIntyre's Universal champion, Elias is the 24/7 champion, and the Revival are the tag team champions. It's gonna be the stable right there. They're gonna get Charlotte Flair on their team. She's gonna be the women's belt champion.
It'd be something different. I don't mind that.
Your father was legacy. Your legacy. We're legacy. Join us.
Like your father did a lot of work with me.
If they do like
Charlotte
corporation faction,
that's pretty good.
I don't mind that. Be something different.
Then Seth Rollins did a little promo. It's kind of lame.
Not the best guy in the microphone.
I just none of the stuff that they're doing right now is super interesting to me. I'm more interested in AEW. I really can't get enough of what they're putting out right now. All their little 2-3 minute promos on YouTube. Check them out. They're pretty good.
Check them out. Okay.
I
didn't even know they were doing the promos.
Yeah, they got me hyped for Double or Nothing.
Okay.
They're doing the Road to Fighter Fest now.
I gotta check those out.
Yeah, they had another 24/7 title promo in the elevator.
Okay.
I think this is actually when the elevator opened up and they wrestled each other, and Carmella pulled Truth back into the elevator and they escaped.
Okay.
Ride or die.
Yeah, that's a girl.
And somewhere in here they had that. They announced that John Cena was going to be in Fast and Furious 9. We already talked about it at one point.
I'll catch it on Netflix.
So maybe it'll be straight to Netflix. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Then they had the best segment of the night, which was the new episode of Firefly Funhouse.
This is the best part about Raw.
It's the only.
And it's sad that because it's only 5-minute video.
He hasn't even wrestled. They haven't even shown him
Doesn't
outside of the TV.
I hope they go
of the
on this
Jumbotron
as long as possible. And when he comes back, he like does something specific.
How do you think they're gonna show him once he comes out to the ring? Like, you think he's gonna come out as like fun interview and like fun host Bray?
It depends on which Bray we're getting that week. Because he's obviously playing like that schizophrenic role.
Like, so like when do you think think like he's gonna like he's gonna come out to the ring like the Mr. Rogers Bray, and then like the lights will go out and he's gonna change real quick and turn into the Fiend?
I hope not. I hope it's either or, kind of like Finn Balor and the Demon.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. I don't know, because then you can't have this dorky TV host wrestling every night.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are they gonna have him lose?
What, is he gonna turn into a fat Kane then? He has to wrestle in a mask? That's how we know he's Fiend, Bray?
He's a Fiend.
He's gonna have
He does have a violent side as Mr. Rogers Bray though.
Yeah.
With his he has the gloves.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like when he comes to the ring, there's a lot of potential there. Like he come which side is he gonna listen to? If he listens to the heel side, then he'll get his ass kicked.
I really hope he's not wrestling the sweater vest.
He'll take it off. He'll come to the ring with his muscle man outfit.
That'd be hilarious too. What they did at Money in the Bank with Sami Zayn hanging upside down, and we weren't sure who did it. And
that's what I said too, yeah.
It should have been Bray.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does that every other week. Like someone gets fucked up.
They never even said Brock Lesnar said he didn't do it, and that's all we have to go.
And Braun Strowman said he didn't do it either. Mm-hmm. So maybe
that was a stupid.
And
that whole segment was so dumb.
We don't know who took out Big E. Then it was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens said he wasn't even in the building at the time. Something like that.
Maybe it is leading to Braun or Bray.
Could be Bray. That'd be funny. That'd be awesome.
Maybe it's leading to Bray. We'll see.
Yeah.
See if anyone else gets hurt.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't fuck up Bray Wyatt, man.
They will. They will.
They always do.
This is his
the last chance.
His baby. This character seems like this is his baby.
If this doesn't work, he should just go to AEW.
Well, what would he do in AEW? He would have to have a different gimmick.
You'd be probably like a big slugging hillbilly or something. Like a country guy.
House on Hills kind of.
Well, he has all those redneck tattoos and shit. He already has a dreadlock.
His wife's black though. His girl's black. Baby mama.
Great guys with black dress.
Yeah. Oh, and right after that segment, they actually said that. I don't know if this is true or not, because Corey Graves sometimes just say random shit. That Bray Wyatt invited R-Truth to hide out at the Funhouse with him.
That'd be fun. That'd be interesting.
Let's see. Maybe he wins the title, and no one wants to challenge him. They don't want to go to the Funhouse.
We'll have special guests where really people try to take the belt.
And they just get stuck in his funhouse where they become puppets.
I hope he actually kills the characters off one by one.
Oh. These guys are getting permanently buried.
Just to put them out of their misery.
First one's gonna be EC3.
Yeah. Just kill me.
Look at my face. Then the last thing that happened was there was the Seth Rollins, there's Kevin Owens with two referees, because they had the regular referee and then Sami Zayn was the outside referee.
Are we over the Baron Corbin project?
Yeah, man.
It's so bad.
I think he's just people. I think a lot of people don't mind just because his finishers are still just cool enough.
He's dressed like a waiter from Ruby Tuesday. It doesn't make sense.
I keep trying to figure out what that weird symbol is on his vest,
too. It doesn't matter. It's just probably the restaurant logo. I don't know what it is.
Where he stole that vest from.
Man, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Well, it's going to be him versus Seth for the title, man.
Who wants to tune into that?
Nobody.
It's not a pay-per-view.
Stomping Grounds, there was,
It's going to be 3 hours, of course.
I saw it on Instagram. I wish I could remember. I can never remember the name of people who point stuff out. Someone on Instagram pointed this out. it was a picture of all the seats for Stomping Ground.
Yeah.
And I guess it's only in 2 weeks. And the majority of their seats have not been sold yet.
I wouldn't go to that either.
Like,
paying $100 to see Baron Corbin maybe then?
We'll see. I mean, SmackDown's on right now. We'll see who's the what's going like
wild card.
Who's gonna
Oh.
We'll see who's gonna be there. Like well you can edit that. SmackDown's on right now, probably. We'll see on SmackDown. I just put it on. Doesn't matter. We'll see who like goes into that pay-per-view from SmackDown. Like Daniel Bryan hasn't done anything. I'm not sure if he's injured or not.
I know Rowan was in that Battle Royal.
I thought it was gonna be a Royal Rumble because
they all came out.
Yeah.
Got in the ring.
Well, not
and started fighting
like 4 or 5 people came out with their own intro, their own theme.
How does it make the other people feel?
It's not good. It's not good.
We all just came out together.
Like I thought, like they showed a couple people first throughout the episode or throughout Super Showdown that had promos.
Oh.
And
I saw the Jinder Mahal one.
They had Jinder Mahal. They had Samoa Joe. They did Ali. They did Miz. And from all those people, the only ones that had entrance themes were Miz and Samoa Joe. Jinder Mahal and Ali, like, why do they even have promos? Because Ali's like,
why should the viewer care about this match? No. What did they get?
Nothing. They didn't get a trophy or nothing.
No trophy.
Didn't they get a trophy at least for the greatest Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Or the greatest Royal Rumble?
Yeah. That was.
I don't remember.
No, they got that green belt.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
They got something.
But the belt never came back. He didn't bring it back this year either. It's just.
It was a Battle Royal. Like I kept wondering, like, why do they keep saying this is the first ever Battle Royal? Because I kept thinking it was gonna be a Royal Rumble, but no, all 50. There was actually, I was watching a video. I guess there was 51 people.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So they can't even get the 50 right.
Mm-hmm. There's 51 people, and it wasn't even like you can tell like all these wrestlers. None of them wanted to get hurt because if they got hurt, they would have to go to Saudi Arabian hospital. None of them like.
Chop it off.
Like, oh man.
They'd never make it out of there. Are they like killing teenagers for having like different religious views right now currently?
They're doing a lot of things they shouldn't be doing in that country. We don't have to go all over all of them here right now. They literally weeks before Crown Jewel.
Kill like an American reporter?
They killed that American journalist. Yeah. And Mr. Man was like, money.
Yeah, so killing innocent people, we're killing these teenagers, their women can't come out in the sunlight. This country.
Hey, but they just let women drive though.
Oh, alright.
Hey man, take one step at a time.
Yeah.
You gotta crawl before you walk.
I guess they're about what, the 1920s right now?
Yeah, there we go.
Dude, I was watching when I was watching, I'm like, you know, like I understand, like, I feel a little bad watching this pay-per-view, and I understand, like, this country's fucked up, but it's the government. It's like this royal family. It's not the people in this crowd, you know?
The only silver lining is, like, those happy kids.
But then I was thinking, like, these are probably just the royal family. These are probably just their kids. They probably have such a better life than these nobodies that we can't see in the audience. Because they didn't show anyone in the back. They only showed people in the front.
The Carver Pass, funny.
Yes. And then I was thinking, like, they had chants going.
Yeah.
Like, you think they had, like, you know how, like, sitcoms, they have, like, the light on top that says, like, applause here, and, like, awe here. Like, you think they had that in there, like, a huge jumbotron, like, do this chant here, and chant, like, they're not going to say no.
Yeah.
You know?
They'll never come back.
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, that was the last match. Seth Rollins ended up winning. Baron Corbin ended up coming out at the end. Rollins kicked everybody's ass. Sami Zayn's, Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin. He ended up looking like a good champion.
Yeah, okay.
But overall, it was just lame. It was all lame.
Seth Rollins is good. It's very bland.
It's WWE's fault. It's not their fault.
He's a skinny kid at fat camp right now.
They're good despite. They're good despite WWE.
Yeah.
Like, WWE's not helping them at all. Not with the stories, the scripts, nothing.
I don't think it's their main priority. It's being distracted. I don't know if it's this XFL shit, but
I hope he goes to focus on that more and leaves the company in the hands of definitely Triple H.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. That'll be their trial. See if they could win over.
NXT is a good show. I don't know. Do they have a writer of like 20 people on the writing team? They still can't get 40. Oh, it might be more. Even worse.
And they get recycled all the time.
Yeah. And these people probably don't know the history of the company. Of like what happened 15 years ago.
Like some of these writers too, like finding out like which people were WWE writers. The guy, Adam Scott.
Yeah.
He was a WWE writer for a while.
Didn't he have like Freddie Prinze Jr. before?
Yep, Freddie Prinze Jr. is a WWE writer. He's a senior writer, isn't he?
I wasn't aware of that.
Patrice O'Neal is a writer on there. Or no, he used to be rather.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Like random names that you would never suspect.
Unbelievable. We wonder why it's so bad.
There's too many writing teams.
Yeah.
Too many people on the writing staff.
You need to go back to the old days, like Briscoe and Patterson, Vince McMahon, and that's it. Like,
no, they keep Vince McMahon away from it.
He was good back in the day, but maybe it just seems so good in his own character.
He was good back in the day because that's where the country was back in the day.
Oh yeah, everything's so political.
But now, like he hasn't changed. But like, not even about PC stuff. Like, just people want to see things that are different.
Yeah.
They don't want to see all these same old storylines rehashed. They don't want to see the matches end the exact same way. Someone coming out, music being played, the person getting distracted, and then they get like sucker punched or rolled up pinned and losing. Because that literally happens at least 3 times a night.
Nothing's surprising anymore either.
That exact thing that I just said, that was the exact scenario.
Yeah.
It happens like 3 times a night. Or like what's another thing that like the referee always like accusing the person that's took the weapon away.
Oh yeah.
You know that one? That old gag?
Or you never see the manager hit the other wrestler.
Yep. That's how Becky Lynch lost her Raw belt. I'm really mad. Like I really feel like Becky Lynch should have beat Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair that night.
They could have kept it going for a little bit.
But like, even if they were gonna have Bayley win, like they should have had Becky Lynch still beat Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And so she could have said like Becky 2 belts still.
Yeah.
And then like she obviously get jumped and everything still, but then like Bayley comes out and helps her. She's a good guy. And then Becky Lynch is like, no, I don't need your help. I'm the man. Fuck you. And so she challenged her right now, like, I can take on 3 people in one night because I'm the man. And then she would have lost to Bayley.
That would have been huge.
That would have been pretty cool, right?
Or is Charlotte now a 10-time champion? In 3 years?
He's 9-time, I think they said.
Yeah.
No, 8-time?
Every single time Ric Flair goes to the hospital, she gets a belt.
He's 9-time.
It's every single time.
Every time she wins a belt, she gets a new breast implants. Her boobs bigger.
Her boobs get bigger every single week. Her boobs remind me of the cop's hat from Scary Movie 3. The cop hat just kept getting bigger and bigger. And the cop hat. Those are Charlotte Flair's boobs.
Next time she wins, Andrade's gonna buy her like implants.
Yeah.
Like, I got these for you, just 2 silicone implants.
It's like the letter P.
Alright, well, we've kind of gone off the rails here, guys. How long are we at?
Hour 20.
Holy shit. I try to do these episode by episode to make them shorter. We had a special guest today.
Yes, sir.
So we ended up going over by a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed.
It's been a
stuck
pleasure.
with us
Thanks for having me
this whole time.
Oh man, definitely gotta do it again.
This is Off the Top Rope, your favorite otter. Dr. Fumes here.
Dan Sensei. What's up, man?
AMJ.
Signing off, you guys.